Welcome students. In this video, we will be discussing more about linked list. In the immediate previous video, I think we started with linked list and we were seeing what is linked list, what is node and the structure of a node, and also we have seen how to create a node and also how to access the member of a node. So these are all the things that we have discussed in the previous video. In this video, we will be discussing about few syntaxes that we are going to use in this entire section of linked list. So these are the few frequently used syntaxes. So we will see all these syntaxes and their usages also. Right? Fine. Okay. So let us first of all, I have already taken few structure actually. I'll just explain you. We have taken two pointers actually, and in one, and also we have two nodes respectively. So one node is having element called as 8, another node is having element called as 3, and the address of the first node is 200 and the address of the second node is actually 210, and the address of the first node is actually stored in the very first pointer that we have taken. Okay, so these are the things that I have taken so far. Now we will be seeing few syntaxes and also we will see the respective changes in the structure that we have taken. So this thing we will come later, but we will first of all finish the top box, right? Fine. So for example, now actually if you see, this pointer is actually referring to this node actually, because this pointer is actually storing the address of this first node. So we can say that this pointer called as p is referring to this first node. Okay, fine. Now the first thing, I want my q also to refer to this particular node. This q pointer does not have anything by default. Now the task is that we want to make this pointer q to point or to refer to this very first node. How to make a pointer refer to a particular node? By storing the address of the node in the pointer, then we will be able to we will make the pointer refer to the node. So we want the address to be stored. Where is the address? How to get the address of it? The address of this particular node is only available in the pointer called as p. Now how to take that address and store it in q? This is 200 is actually address, but for the pointer p it is a value because you are storing it inside p. So this is actually a value of p, but it is also address of the node. But here when it is coming to pointer, it is actually a value which is inside. So taking a value of a variable and assigning in another variable is not a very tough job. So what we can do, q equal to p, so the value of p will automatically be assigned to q. So what we can do easily is that we can specify q is equal to p. That's it. Okay, so but before doing this, let us consider that struct node is the data type which we have seen in the previous video. So struct node star p, one pointer, this is that pointer actually we have taken, and one more pointer star q, the next pointer that we have taken. After taking these two pointer, then now only what we will be doing, now only we will, so p is having actually 200 already. So now what we will be doing, we are going to make this q also to point the first node. So very simple, that we can give q equal to p such that the address which is stored inside p will now be assigned to q. So what will happen, the pointer p will also refer to first node and the pointer q will also refer to the same node. That's it. Okay, so when you want to make a pointer refer to a particular node, then very simple, you have to take the address of the node and you have to store it. So if it is in a different pointer, assign that pointer to this pointer. So q equal to p. automatically the address will be copied here. So the primary purpose of mentioning this q equal to p is to show how to point to a node, how to make a pointer refer to a node. By simply storing the address of the node in the pointer, you will be able to refer. That is what we have done now. Okay, next thing. Now I don't want q to refer to first node. I want the q pointer to refer to second node now. So we have made it very simple already. If a particular pointer should refer to a node, then the address of that node should be stored inside the pointer. Very clear. Now, instead of q pointing to the first node, we want to make this q point to the second node. Now, what is the solution? You have to take the address of the second node and you have to store it in the pointer q. How it is possible? Where is the address of second node? The address of second node is only available in the first node pointer to next node part. In this member only the address of the second node is available. Okay, now how to access this 210? How to access this second part? Already I have told you how to access a particular node and a particular member with the help of the pointer. In the previous video only we were seeing it. Okay, so let me just first of all what I'll do is, okay, fine. How to access this member of this particular node? And I think both q as well as p both are now referring to the same node. Okay, so first of all mention the name of the pointer which actually is referring to the node. Okay, p is only referring to the node, so I'm just first of all mentioning the name of the pointer p. Now this pointer does not have any member called as data. This pointer does not have any member called as next. So you cannot do p dot next or you cannot do p dot data because this pointer is not having any member. So this node is only having. So now from the pointer you have to move to the node and then you have to access the data part and the pointer to the next node. How to move from the pointer to the node? Here comes the arrow mark operator. That also I have told, I have just taught you in the previous video. So p arrow mark will move the control from this p pointer to this particular node. Now the control is here in the node. Now you are in the node. In the node you have two parts. One is data. The next one is pointer to next node called as next. So where is the address? Either in data part or in next part. Address of the next node is available in the next part. So you can probably provide p of next. So p of next, it means here 210. You are accessing the address. This address where you have to assign? You have to assign it to q. Then only q will refer to the second node. So what you can do on the left side, you can simply write q equal to p of next. Okay. Now what is there in p of next? In p of next you are having 210. Now first line, when you assign q equal to p, when you do q equal to p, then if you come to q will be stored with actually 200 because you are doing q equal to p, because p is having 200, so q also will be stored with 200. Now in the next line you are doing q equal to p of next. What is p of next? P of next is 210. That 210 have to be assigned to q. So here the address will change now. So q will be storing 210. Now what will happen? Now q will not refer to the first node. The q will not refer to the first node. Now the q will start referring to the second node. So now q will be referring to the second node. Yes. Okay. Right? Fine. Next. I want now p not to refer first node. I want even this p pointer also to refer the second node. I want it to refer to the second node. How can I make the pointer p refer second node? There are two possible ways. One is you can directly take the address from Q pointer and you can directly assign it to P. That is P equal to Q. P equal to Q, what will happen? 210 will automatically be copied to P. But without using this particular statement, there is one more available possibility also is there. Apart from 210 available from here, I think 210 is also available from here also. Okay, how to access this entire block? Already we saw it, P of next. So from P you move to node, then access the next member. That is what will happen when you use P of next. So access P of next and store it in P again. Okay, how can we just define it actually? You can define it like P equal to P of next. So what is P of next? P of next means it is, see, P of next means it is equal to 210. 210 is again assigned to P. So now the pointer P will be stored with 210, which means that pointer P is not hereafter referring to node 1. It is going to refer node 2. So one thing that we can understand from this is that if I want one pointer to move from one node to another node, the next node, if I want to make a pointer P to move from first node to second node, then you can use this statement called as P equal to P of next, which will automatically move the pointer from first node to second node. Suppose if there exists a third node and you want to move from second node to third node, again one more time what you can give, P equal to P of next. So now P is actually the P of is this particular node, next is this particular member. So if there is any memory stored here, any address stored here, then automatically P will start referring to the next node. So if you want to move the pointer P from one node to another node, that is the next node, then you can use this statement called as P equal to, P of next. Right? So we have seen so far three things. If the address of a particular node is available in a pointer and you want to take that address and store it in another pointer, you can directly give Q equal to P. Okay. If the address is not stored in a pointer, it is stored in the, if it is stored in the node, then you can access that particular node with the help of P of next, and you can assign it to one more pointer Q. So Q equal to P of next. Now you are not trying to take an address and you are not trying to store it in a pointer, another pointer. You are trying to move a pointer from one node to the next node. For that purpose, we will be using P equal to P of next. Right? So far we have seen three syntaxes. Right? Fine. Next, let us come here to the second block. In the second block also, you see there are two pointers available actually. One pointer is P already here, and the next pointer here the next pointer is actually Q. Okay, fine. Now the pointer P is actually stored with 0 and the Q pointer is actually storing the address of one node, and this node is actually storing the address of the next node. Very simple. Now what is this 0? The 0 or otherwise null, both are same. Null and 0 are same. So coming to C or C++, there is a habit, okay, there is a feature like 0 is considered to be false. All the non-zero numbers other than 0, all the other numbers are said to be true. Okay, non-zero numbers true, 0 is false. Okay, fine. What is this 0 for? The 0 is for telling that the particular pointer is not referring to any other node. Suppose if this pointer is actually equal to 0, what it means? It is not linked to any other node. It is not linked to any other node. That is what it means. Okay, fine. So how to make a pointer null? Okay, we will continue from here and we'll continue, and I'll just tell you. For example, let us discuss. Let us imagine that you have declared a struct node and you have declared a pointer called as p. Okay, this is different and this is different. So you are declaring a pointer. Now you can directly, instead of using a malloc statement, you can directly give null. Okay, null, or otherwise you can just simply give 0. Both things are same. Okay, fine. So this is a procedure of making a pointer equal to null or equal to 0. Fine. Now the game is we wanted to first of all verify whether a particular pointer is holding null. Okay, is holding null or null. That is what we have to check. Okay, so before seeing that, I wanted to explain one thing. Why this null character or otherwise 0 is actually required in a linked list. Because what you're doing in a linked list, you're starting with a pointer and you're creating a node in the heap, and the address of that node you're storing it in the pointer which is there in the stack memory. Then you create one more node, that address you're storing in the first node. You create one more node, that address you will store in the second node, and you keep on going. How to identify whether the particular node is the last node? Okay, because if we do not represent the last node, then this process is not going to be a finite process. It will be an infinite process. So to make it a finite process, definitely we should have an end node, last node. So how to represent the end node? How will we identify a last node? So coming to the last node's pointer, what we will do in every node's pointer, we will be storing the address of the next node. Every node's pointer to the next node, we will be storing the address of the next node. But coming to the last node, there is no next node. So what I have to do here, we can store either 0 or either you can just store null. Very simple. You can store 0 null, or otherwise you can just 0, which will determine that this is the last node. Now the question is very simple. You will be given a pointer and you have to check whether it is the last node. How will you check whether it is a last node? Yes, I'll just come to that. Okay, but before finding whether a particular node is a last node, first of all, I will give you a scenario that a pointer is provided. You have to check whether that pointer is having null. Okay, right? So now what I will do is very simple. So using if condition, if keyword followed by parenthesis, inside with which we have to give a condition. Okay, that condition have to either return 0 or either it has to return 0 or 1. Okay, so if the condition that we are providing is a true condition, then if condition is true. I mean, if condition will work, that block will work. If block will work. If the condition that we will be providing, if it is false, then if block will not be working. If else block is available, it is working. Okay, pointer p is provided to you. And you have to check now. Okay, pointer p is provided and you have to check. What you have to check? What you can check is p, if it is equal to null. This is one way of checking when this particular condition will evaluate to true. If suppose the value of the pointer, if whatever we have stored inside the pointer, if it is null character, then what it will do, null character, then it definitely null character is 0, both same. If I'm storing 0, checking if p equal to null, yes, it will evaluate to true because null and 0 are same. Okay, is there any other possibility to write a if condition for this scenario? Yes, there is. If p equal to 0 also I can check. Am I right or wrong? Either you check whether p is equal to null, or otherwise we can just probably check whether p is equal to 0. Okay, fine. Is there any other way? Okay, what we said is actually 0 or null are considered to be, 0 is considered to be false. Other non-zero numbers are considered to be true. what I'm going to do is, if logical not operator, then P. What is the use of logical not operator? If something is true, it will change it to false. If something is false, it will change it to true. So 1 is converted to 0, 0 is converted to 1. Very simple. So now, what is the value here? It is having 0. What is not of 0? Not of 0 is 1, because 0 means it should be converted to 1. So not of P means 1. So if of 1, yes, true. So if the provided, if P is stored with 0, definitely this will be a true condition, because 0 will be converted to 1 with the help of logical not operator. And then if of 1 is equal to if of true. If of true means yes, condition is evaluated to true, so we can enter into the if block. These are the 3 ways of checking whether a particular pointer is holding a null character or not, otherwise 0. Okay, now the second task is the exact inverse of it. The exact inverse of this, you have to check whether the particular pointer is not a 0 or not a null character. Just opposite of it. You have to check if P is not equal to null. This is one way of checking whether a particular pointer is not holding null. That is, it is linked to some node. Okay, that pointer is linked to some node. It means, then if P not equal to 0, this is also a way to check whether a particular node, a particular pointer is referring to a node or not. Because if the pointer is not equal to null, definitely it has a non-zero number. Non-zero number will be definitely an address, because it is a pointer. So it has to definitely point to a node. So pointer, when it is equal to null, you can say that it does not refer to a node, a pointer. When a pointer is not equal to null, you can clearly say that a pointer is referring to a node. That's it. Very simple. So for that purpose, we can use either of this condition. Either of the first 3 condition will be checking. Whether a particular node is not referring to a node. The next 2 conditions that so far we have made, will be checking whether a node is actually, whether a pointer is actually referring to a node. There is one more way also, if of P. Because if the node is a non-zero means true. So it is, if P is storing a non-zero number, okay, definitely. So I think probably we can just have this also a P. Okay, let us have this also as P. Okay, right? So P is actually, I think I can just change, then only you will understand actually, right? P. Yeah, fine. So you can either see, for checking whether a particular pointer is holding null, either you can check if P is equal to null, or otherwise if P is equal to 0, or otherwise if of not P, if not of P. Suppose if you want to check a pointer is holding some address, then you can check if P is not equal to null, or otherwise P not equal to 0, or otherwise if of P. So these are all the conditions that you should know, because these conditions we will definitely use in almost all the places or wherever we discuss about linked list implementation or linked list concept, right? Okay, fine. Now it is all about pointer. All about pointer is over. Now let us enter into a node. You want to check whether a particular node, is the last node or not. This is a task. You want to check whether a particular node is the last node or not. How can we check it? How can we check? I'll just write a condition for that. If P is actually a pointer, but if I want to enter into the node, then I have to use arrow mark operator. So arrow mark operator, then which is having the address of the next node. Address of the next node is stored in the member called as next. So P of next. What I am thinking in my mind is, if this pointer to next node is equal to 0, if it is equal to 0, which means that there are no next node is available. There is no next node. That is why we will be giving 0 or null here. So if p of next equal to null, then you can say that definitely this is the last node. So p of next equal to null will tell you that the particular node that you are presently visiting, right, it is the last node. That is the reason why the next is actually stored with null. Either you can also check p of next equal to null. So this is a condition to verify that a particular node is a last node. How will you verify that a particular node is not the last node? So this is the inverse of this. So if p of next is not equal to null, if it is not equal to null, then definitely you can surely say that this is not the present present node is not the last node, because p of next is having something which is non-zero. When it is having something non-zero, definitely it has to be address. So when address is here available, then definitely next node is there. So when next node is there, so the present node is not the last node. You can just easily verify it. Okay, let us have a quick review of what we have done so far in this video. We started with taking 2 pointers p and q and 2 nodes also with the address 200 and 210. Suppose if you want to assign the address stored in one pointer, and when you want to make the same address copy to another pointer, then you can simply give q equal to p. Okay, one thing. Next one, if you want your q to refer to second node, then where is the address of the second node available? In the first node. So from p you entered into the first node and you access the next member and took the address and you stored it in the pointer q, such that the q started referring to first node initially. Okay, now q started referring to the second node because you have taken this address 210 and you have stored it. Okay, next, the next task is you wanted your pointer p to move from first node. You want to move your pointer p from referring to node 1 to node 2. So p of next is having the address of the second node, so we were giving p equal to p of next. So automatically 210 was assigned to p. So p pointer started to actually refer to the second node. Okay, next we came to a demo of looking at the importance of null, or otherwise 0. It is very important for representing a last node. When you have to represent a node, when you want to determine that that a particular node is the last node of the linked list, then the last nodes next to the pointer to the next node part is there, right? That next to the pointer should be stored with either null or 0 to specify that this particular node is the last node. Then we were checking whether a particular pointer is actually holding null or not. Actually, we wrote first 6 condition. If pointer p equal to null, also it means that it is holding null. It does not point to any node. If p equal to 0, also it means that it does not refer to any node. If not of p, also it does not refer to any node. Similarly, if p not equal to null means it refers to a node, it is holding some address. P not equal to 0 also, it means that it is referring to an address. If of p also, it says that the pointer refers to a particular node. And then if we want to find whether a particular node is the last node or not, then you can just access the next pointer and you can check whether the next pointer is having any address or otherwise null. So p of next, if it is equal to null, then it is the last node. If it is not equal to null, then it is not the last node. So these are all the things that have been covered in this particular video. So these are going to be lot of syntaxes that I'm going to use in the later implementation part. So you have to have an understanding of when we should use p of next, when we should check for null, and all these things that I have said, I have clarified it now itself, right? Fine. So coming to the next lecture or next video, okay, we will just discuss about how to display a linked list. Yes, fine. So come back to the next video to enjoy the entire series. Thank you guys.